Here is a tutorial created by a designer who is working with Hefest. He explains how to prepare a 3D model in Blender, and create a product in Hefest based on the model.
Welcome to the Hefest tutorial video. I will briefly explain how to use Blender to create a 3D model for the Hefest. Here is a simple example of a 3D model that I have created for the Hefest inside the Blender 3.4. First bit of advice is to always work in a real-world scale. This means that the model should be the same size as a real object. This will make it easier to avoid any issues down the road. Another important thing is that the model should be centered around the origin, with the transforms applied. Here we have a finished model of a keyring. It consists of two parts, base keyring model and a slot model. Slot is used to mark the printable area of the model. Let's talk about the materials. For the base model we use a regular PBR material. You can use all the standard PBR textures, normal map, roughness map, metalness map and so on. I will not cover this in this tutorial, but you can find all the information you need in the Blender manual in the section about the GLTF exporter. As for the slot material, we must use the Hefest naming convention, meaning that the slot material name must start with the word slot. If we have multiple slots, we can add number to the end of the name. For the example, slot 1, slot 2, slot 3 and so on. For this model we don't need to assign any textures to the slot material, just set the tint color to white and set the alpha mode to alpha clip. Let's talk about the slot UV mapping. It's a good practice when dealing with the models that have only one slot to unwrap the slot in the middle of the UV space. This will make it easier to set up the model in the Hefest. I will project UVs from you, center them and scale them to fit the UV space using constraint to image bounds options. Then we need to calculate a few things that we will use later in the Hefest. Namely, we need to calculate the bounding box of the UVs in 0 to 1 UV space. This will be used to calculate the slot size in the Hefest. For this model we need only to calculate the width, as height is at its maximum. Here I am subtracting the x-coordinate of the rightmost vertex with the x-coordinate of the leftmost vertex to give the width. Okay, we are ready to export a GLB file. Select both the base model and the slot model and choose Export a GLB file option. Choose Selected Objects option. In Mesh submenu enable Apply Modifiers option. Enable Compress option. Export. Now we can import the model into the Hefest and see how it looks. Go to your Hefest workspace. Select the Services tab. In the Product section, create new entry. Choose 3D model. Name the product. Click on the plus sign to expand model section. Name the model. Expand the main file section. Click on GLB file. Select GLB file and click Open. Inspect that model is working properly. You can rotate the model by holding the left mouse button and moving the mouse. You can zoom in and out scrolling the mouse wheel. One indication that we successfully imported the model is that the slot now has the cloud texture on it. But we still need to configure the slot properly. Expand the slot section. Set the width to the one that we calculated earlier in Blender. Set the height to 1. Let's configure the print settings. Add the print settings to the product. Set the print size. Set the width to the one that we calculated earlier in Blender. Press Done. Press Save. And we are finished with configuring our product. To review if our product is working properly, We can go to the apps section, go to 3D demo, settings, select our new product and open and click on the open editor. And here is our new product. We can add an image. We can add and text. That's it. Thank you.